We go to Hollywood.
Why?
After Jimmy Kimmel's little mini vacay,
You're fired.
he had some time,
Hold up.
thought it through,
Wait a minute.
and came to the conclusion that the guy who killed Charlie Kirk wasn't influenced by anyone. He was just a very sick man.
Something ain't right.
Was that an apology?
No, no, no!
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this, Jimmy, listen, the man was heavily influenced by leftist dogma.
That is true.
Then again, when you're getting paid $20 million and you got people who write your shit for you, you really don't have to read much. Now do you?
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday. Well, last night was the event of all events. Epic in proportion. The no miss event of the year. Jimmy Kimmel came back to television after his little mini vacay. He had a lot of time on his hands, came to the conclusion that I'm sorry, I wish I never said it. I apologize to the Kirk family and all those who were offended. Sounded good, right? No. He came to the conclusion that this guy wasn't influenced anyone, the one who shot Charlie Kirk, and that, yeah, there's that. Wow. What an apology, dude. What an apology. But, see what you think. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Kimmel. I appreciate those on the right who backed my rights, didn't intend to blame a group for Kirk's assassination. We'll listen to Jimmy in just a little bit. On Tuesday, Jimmy Kimmel Live host Jimmy Kimmel thanked people on the right who stood up for his right to say what he wants without the government pressure and wasn't in intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some it felt ill-timed or unclear or maybe both, and to those who think I pointed a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation were reversed, there's a good chance I would have felt the same way. Kimmel thanked those who reached out to him and said, maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway. People who I never have imagined, like Ben Shapiro, Clay Travis, Candace Owens, Senator Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, even my old pal Ted Cruz, who believed it or not, said something very beautiful on my behalf, and also mentioned Joe Rogan as someone who defended him.
What we do and do not say on television, and that we have to stand up to it. I've been hearing a lot about what I need to say and do tonight, and the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it. I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers, because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me because, and I know this is what people say when they make things about them, but I really don't. This show This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
That was a ham-fisted apology. Or was it even an apology at all? Was it? Don't know. But the fact of the matter is that Jimmy Kimmel has people who write this stuff for him. He's got writers. Maybe about 10, 12 writers, which is unbelievable. The guy gets paid over $20 million a year to spout off nonsense. Now, don't get me wrong. At one time, Jimmy Kimmel, many moons ago, was very funny. See the Man Show. And of course, his early comedic stand-up. But ever since getting this gig over the last 20 years, wow, it's been 20 years since he's been doing this shit, he wasn't that political. The first half of his career on ABC, he was actually funny. You know, he interviewed people, he sprang in a little bit of politics here and there. He kind of did the Jay Leno gig, and Jay Leno was masterful at it. But then the last 10 years, ever since Trump, he got deranged. He became so focused on Trump that that's all his show was about, and still is. 10 years later, it still is about Trump. Even when Trump wasn't even in fucking office for 4 years, he still talked shit about Trump. But anyway, regarding Charlie Kirk, we have seen the extremely ugly and disgusting aspects, of Charlie Kirk's death. Not just the actual video, but people who celebrated in his death, who were doing, handstands, who were doing jumping jacks, waving pom-poms, celebrating like they hit the lottery. Those morons. And Jimmy Kimmel came off as just that. Well, it was never my intention. I didn't mean it this way. But if you took it this way, dude, you could have easily opened up with, first of all, let me get this off my chest. The fact of the matter is that what I said was incorrect. It came out wrong. I apologize for that if I offended anyone, especially in the light of Charlie Kirk's death. That's all you had to do, Jimmy. That's all you had to do. And then you could have just went on with the rest of your show and talked about whatever. But no, you decided to go around, over, underneath, maybe walk over here, go over here, instead of just coming straight forward with those who are watching. And there are those on the right who were watching. I was one of them. I had no intention, but I did it anyway. But it's simple, dude. Then again, you got all these writers and you couldn't come up with just a simple apology. I'm sorry for the words that came out of my mouth that day. It didn't come out right. I'm sorry about that. No, you can't even do fucking that. Wow. But you did hear the trembling in his voice, though. Heard a little bit trembling in his voice. I don't know if that's on cue because Jimmy has done this in the past. Then again, that's what acting is all about. Right? Anyway, with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys know it's a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.